Hi friends, welcome to my channel and welcome if you are new. My name is Lacey and I live on this homestead and I am so excited to have you here on my channel. And for those of you who've been with me, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving. I hope that you are having a wonderful day or had a wonderful day with your friends and your family and you got to spend some really wonderful quality time with your people. um, so this video is kind of a hodgepodge of all the things that I needed to get done, and I thought I'd take you with me. We had several things I wanted to get done in the day, and I didn't get all of them done, but I got most of them done, and to me, that is a win. That is a pre-Thanksgiving win. So what I decided to do was to get some of these Christmas decorations out just a little early. Usually, I will say, in my house, on the inside, I like to start Christmas like pretty much at the very beginning of November. That's just personal for me. I love Christmas. I love the decorating. It's so much fun. I just really enjoy it. But for the outside, I feel like I don't want to put that off on people who aren't ready. So I don't usually put up Christmas decor outside until Thanksgiving has ended. So this is technically for me going up about a day early. But I think that's okay. I'm not bothered by it. I don't think the people passing by were too bothered by it either. So all I'm doing here is I'm actually taking and kind of, as I'm going, making these little Dollar Tree DIY projects. So on the gate, I put two Christmas trees and they're actually attached to the center to make that kind of half wreath kind of piece, and that goes right over the star that's on the gate that says welcome, and I think that turned out so cute. I did have to test out the Dollar Tree DIY before I put it on the mailbox to see if it worked. So that the first stuff that I put up was purchased at Dollar General for actually cheaper. And I'm kind of kicking myself for not buying everything there, but I did need to make sure that it worked first, because afterwards, when I did realize it worked, I went to Dollar Tree and bought the rest of the supplies, and I spent like a quarter more for everything. So, you know, maybe just like $2 extra, but still, it counts. So everything is just Dollar Tree or little mini Dollar Tree Christmas trees. So this one on the post of the mailbox is just one Christmas tree, and then over the top is two Christmas trees attached in the middle, but they're bent around so that they sit really flat. And then I added these really pretty little red glitter bows. I always do red and green outside, for the most part, I should say, because I feel like even from a distance, like it looks really extra Christmassy. And I left enough for the flag to go up and down. On the one in the middle, I decided to add some of these little mini Christmas ornaments to just give it more impact, but it turned out really cute and it made me feel happy. So inside, first of all, it is getting so dark so fast. And also, I noticed in the first clip I had kind of like a stank face, like an ugly face, but it was because the sun was like directly in my eyes. So don't worry, I wasn't giving anybody the evil eye, the mean mugging anybody. It was just the sun in my eyes. But now the sun has set. It is probably only like 6:15. But I decided to go ahead and get this house picked up pretty well. But yeah, it gets dark so early. Can you believe that? 6:15. Who is living in a place where it gets dark at like 4 o'clock? My brother-in-law is from Michigan, and he was saying that it gets dark crazy early in the winter, like it's almost all nighttime. So, we don't have it quite as bad as maybe some other places, but man, I need some of that vitamin D. I definitely take a lot of prenatals, so I think I probably get enough vitamin D to last through the winter. But in this clip, I am just mopping my floors and cleaning everything to get it nice and clean so that later on in this video, I'm going to be making two prepared casseroles. So I'll pop them in the oven, tomorrow for Thanksgiving and take them fresh and hot. We are not going very far to my sister's house. She lives about 30 minutes away from me. So I have this thermal carrier that you put your casseroles in and it just takes it. It's so simple, but it keeps them nice and hot until you get where you're going. I don't know exactly how long it would last, but for me, the 30-minute drive is not a problem. So I just want to make sure that there's not a lot of dust. Also on the TV, I am watching Paula Deen make the corn casserole recipe that I'll be showing you later on in this video. And I really love her version of it. I know there's other ways to do it, but to me, that's the best way. And it's so simple and it's very inexpensive and very easy and always a hit. I really like an easy dish. I wanted years ago to have something that I could take and always, always have one thing that's like associated with me. Like, oh, Lacey always brings blah, blah, blah. So for me, that was the corn casserole. And then later on, I started doing the green bean casserole because I'd never had it actually until I was like pretty old, but my husband really likes the green bean casserole, so I make that for him too. So 2 casseroles and we are good to go. But yeah, I got this house clean in record time. I had picked it up a little bit earlier in the day, and so just cleaning the main areas was not hard at all. But yeah, it was a great day. I got lots of things done. I got the house clean and I got the gate decorated. Hey friends, welcome to my crappy cooking show. So it is the night before Thanksgiving, and all through the house I need to make some casseroles. So I have cleaned the house. I did a few things today. I went ahead and showered and kind of pre-prepped for tomorrow, so I have all the clothes out and everything ready to go. And I'm going to pre-make 2 casseroles that I plan on taking over. We are doing Thanksgiving at my sister's house. So she got a new house and she's super excited. And I'm excited for her, so can't wait to share that fun new house feeling with her. But I'm going to be making a corn casserole and a green bean casserole. I'm going to move my tea out of the way. Sorry. But I like the Paula Deen recipe for the corn casserole. You can do it however you want. If you're following along with this recipe, I did write it down so that way you could, if you needed a quick thing. I only do things that are very semi-homemade, very Sandra Lee. But this is so good, you would have no idea that it was, literally the easiest thing in the world. So if you were making this and not making this ahead of time, both of these recipes, you'd preheat your oven to 350. And then the corn casserole takes about an hour, and a green bean casserole takes about 35 minutes. So just know that if you're planning on taking this somewhere, that you need to give yourself about an hour to have both of these ready. And then I put them in a carrying case that's like 4 casseroles that keeps the temperature really nice, kind of like lunchboxy, but it is awesome and I love that thing. So let's get started though on this corn casserole because I have some melted butter and I don't want that to solidify. So I'm going to be looking at my recipe so I can give you the right measurements. I measure with my heart. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a bowl. We are going to open these cans, is what we're going to do. So we are going to use a can of whole kernel corn. Ooh. I'm going to put this in here because it's really liquidy. We're going to drain this because we don't want that extra liquid. That's going to kind of ruin our casserole for us. What did you guys think about my muumuu? My little night gown, I guess. I love it. It is so cute and Christmassy. Here we go. I'll wipe the top of this one off. It's a little dusty. I'm using 1 can of cream style sweet corn. But I got this little nightgown for $8 at Walmart. If you like it, they have a lot of different Christmassy, like variations of it. There was one with teddy bears that was so cute. I really thought about it, but I wanted to feel festive. And so this was an easy way to do it. So we are still trying to get into our house. For anybody who's kind of following along on our new home journey, we had, okay, there's my cream corn. So we had a contractor come out and they basically put a bid in to let the company know how much it's going to cost for them to come and do all the repairs and finishing out of the house. And then we already financed that, so the company will pay for that. Thank goodness, because that would probably be really annoying at this point, because we have been waiting on this house for so long, it feels like. I'm going to add 1 box of Jiffy Mix. That is the really cheap little small 50-cent packet. I'm going to add a stick of melted butter. Set this in here. And then we add a cup of sour cream. I'm going to use my measuring cup to get it just right. You don't want to play any games on Thanksgiving, right? Come in with something that you just tested. This is not the time to do it. But once that's kind of done, they will get that order put out. And we spoke to the contractor today, who is probably going to be doing that. Okay, that's about a cup right there. Perfect. And they said that they will be finished with their part by Christmas, or before Christmas. So I'm really hoping so. I really wanted to have a super fun Christmas and in the new house with everything set up. And I don't know that I'll get to put up, my Christmas tree or anything fun like that. But if I can just get in there, have my things there, and maybe just, open our presents up. Once you have all of your ingredients, which again was just a can of cream corn, can of regular corn, box of Jiffy Mix, a stick of melted butter, and a cup of sour cream, you're just going to stir that up really, really well. Really, really well. This is where your arm will get tired. But once we have that done, they also ordered the AC. So now we have an air conditioner coming. That should be coming next Tuesday. So that's pretty exciting. Because, in Texas here, especially here in this part of Texas, you just really never know what that weather's going to do. Today it was 85 degrees. Tomorrow it's going to be 21 degrees cooler. So you just never know. And then earlier in the week it was a high of 72. So we've been going up and down, up and down. You'd go from needing to put on your heater to putting on your air conditioner. In fact, at one point this week I realized that I had the heater and the air conditioner on, both of them at the same time. And I was like, oh no, that's not gonna work. But at least I caught it before I racked up a really big electric bill, Okay, so once it is thoroughly combined, I'm just going to so from that stick of butter, I have the wrapper here, and I'm going to grease my pan. So you can use whatever kind of pan. This is what I take with me to parties. So it's just this ceramic dish. Super, super simple. But what I do is I take the butter, the wrapper, and I use that to grease the inside of the casserole dish. And you just run it through there and you're not wasting any of your butter. Super easy. Just a little hot tip for you. I'm also going to do that to the other pan for my other casserole. Now, for tonight, since we're just making this ahead, this is where it ends. I'm just going to put this mixture right in here. Okay, let's make sure we get it all out of there. Oh my gosh, is probably my favorite casserole for Thanksgiving, or at least my favorite side dish. And it always comes out good, and it's so simple. It's honestly, I would imagine, pretty foolproof. Because, like I said, I am not a cook. I like to cook sometimes, but really I'm about a casserole. So this is perfect for me. I want to make sure all that gets in there, so I'm going to pull a little spoon out. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right, and so all I'm going to do for tonight is I'm going to take my lid, place it on here, and I'm going to refrigerate it. In the morning or in the day, whenever it's time to go, we're kind of doing a later Thanksgiving, it's about 2 o'clock. I will take this out and pop it in the oven, but I'm going to put some cheese on it. So once you, like tomorrow when I go to do this, I'm going to put this in the oven. It's going to bake for 45 minutes until it doesn't jiggle. That's the key, right? So you don't want it to move. And then I'm going to top with the cheese, and then I'm going to bake it again for 15 minutes. I'm making sure. So it's super, super easy. If you want a link to that, I will try to link the Paula Deen recipe in the comments, or I'll make it a pinned comment so it's really easy to find, because I know like it's kind of annoying. But yeah, this is so simple, guys. You will love this. Let's get started on the next thing. So I feel like green bean casserole is kind of like something people really like a specific way. So this is just the way that I like it. It's kind of a little bit of a mixture of the Paula Deen recipe and then what I've just begun to do myself. And it's really, really simple. Everything is canned. So I'm grabbing another bowl here. And yes, I will have a few more dishes to do tonight. I don't mind. It's okay. They're just like easy dishes. Nothing's baked on. Okay, so we're going to go with this recipe, so that way in case you're trying to do it, you can use the Paula Deen recipe. It's very similar to what I do, but she actually makes it a little harder, so we're not going to do everything she does. So for tomorrow, I'm going to put my oven at 350, and again, I had said that earlier, and it takes about 35 minutes, so it's not too difficult or anything like that. That noise is my ice maker, in case you're hearing that. Let's see. I thought it was the ice maker, but it was my cat. She was creaking out the bathroom door. But I don't want her anywhere near this food, especially because, like, shared food with a cat. We're not doing all that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I forgot where I was, but we're going to start with the green beans. So I'm going to go ahead and open these cans of green beans. I'm going to start with one. If I feel like I need another, I'll add another, but I'm pretty sure one is going to do it. Let's see. Oh, I might need two. Okay, so these are cut green beans, and they are just the regular cut green beans, nothing special. If you like fresh green beans, you're going to do this differently. I think I grew up on canned green beans, so I prefer the taste. Okay, so I have one can of cut green beans, and yeah, I am going to put another one. I think in the Paula Deen recipe, she uses that bigger size can. So I'm just going to do 2 of these regular sized cans. She also uses, in her recipe, those like flat ones, those really flat green beans. I don't know what the difference is, to be honest, because I've only ever kind of eaten a French style green bean, a fresh green bean, or a cut green bean. I think the cut green bean holds up best to the heat in the oven, so that's why I like it. It doesn't get too mushy, although a canned green bean is going to be more mushy, you know, than your regular. There's a little stem in there. Okay, so I have 2 cans of green beans in here. Let's see, we are going to put in our little can of mushrooms. So you can use fresh mushrooms, and normally I would. actually forgot to get fresh mushrooms the other day when I was at the store, and so I'm just gonna drain these really good, and put in a can of these mushrooms, stems and pieces. It's gonna really give pretty much the same flavor, pretty close at least. I just like the texture of a fresh mushroom in with the canned green beans most of the time, but it'll taste perfect. Okay, then we're gonna add in our cream of mushroom soup. This is just the regular size can of cream of mushroom soup here. There we go. I'm gonna get another little spoon because we want to make sure we get it all out. There we go. This is another one of those casseroles, like I said, that is totally foolproof. I mean, you really can't mess it up. You'd have to be trying to mess it up, let's just say that. This is probably the most tedious part of the whole recipe, is trying to get all that soup mix out of there. Now you could also make your own cream of mushroom soup. I've seen people do that. I, again, am not a crazy, amazing cook at all, so I don't do that. And honestly, a little cream of mushroom soup is like so simple. You know, why make it hard, right? We're already doing Thanksgiving, which usually, you know, if you're hosting, you're doing about 4 or 5 different dishes. And so you don't want to do all that. I add a spoon of garlic, so that's probably about a tablespoon of garlic in there. And then sometimes I add minced onions. I pulled this out forgetting that I have the French fried onions that I like to put into this. So in the Paula Deen version, she says to put in a cup of French fried onions. I really am going to measure this with my heart and my soul. Oh, I think I got a little fly flying around. Let me put a little lid on this. Okay. So we're going to put in our French fried onions, about a cup, but really however much, you know, kind of seems right to you. They add so much flavor. The crunchy, they won't be crunchy tomorrow, I should say, but they are like the best. It's the batter, I think. I think it's the batter. It makes it so much better when you do that. Now you can use it as a topping. I like to use it as a topping too, but when I put it on top, I do just very few. Just very, very few after the fact. Now I'm just giving this a good stir real quick. And then I'm going to add my pepper. This little fly, he found me and he is just driving me crazy already. And some salt. Not too much. Most of this has plenty of salt in it. You don't want to over salt. There we go. And now I'm just going to really give this a good stir. Oh, there's another little stem. This was a bad batch. There we go. There we go. Now, if you like a soupier kind of, I don't know if soupy is the right word. Probably not. A more moist, maybe casserole, a green bean casserole, you might want to add another jar or a can of that cream mushroom soup, maybe like a half a can, I would think. But for me, this is the perfect consistency, is to just have the one. Okay. All right. That is done. Oh, I might have needed to pull that out. Let me put this in here. I am just going to put everything in my baking dish again. I did need that spoon. Silly girl. You can tell I'm not used to filming myself cooking very often. I do it occasionally. That is not what this channel is about. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of place this and make sure that it gets evenly. Caught some pepper in the back of my throat. Breathed it in. There we go. That's perfect. Okay, so for this recipe to make ahead, this is where we're stopping. So all of that didn't take me even 20 minutes probably. And if I wouldn't have been talking to y'all, I could have done it even quicker probably. But this is the perfect side dish for Thanksgiving. I mean, people love it or hate it, especially for this one, but I think everybody loves that corn casserole. It is so good. Tomorrow I'm going to top this with cheese. I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to bake it for, let's see here, really everything in here is cooked, so you don't have to worry too much about, you're just heating it. So this is about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. Then I'm going to top it with the cheese, and then I'm probably going to let it melt down. I'm probably going to take about 10 more minutes in there, seriously. Let's see what the recipe says. Yeah, so 10 minutes to get that cheese to melt on there. And the cheese is the key, guys. You don't have to do the French fried onions if you don't want to. But to me, I love to put the ring around the casserole. I feel like it makes it look Thanksgiving-y and pretty. And then if you don't like French fried onions, omit them. You do not have to have them in the casserole or on the outside. One of the best toppings is to take the Ritz crackers, put a little melted butter on there, crush them up, and use that as your topping. That is also really tasty. So that is my 2 recipes for Thanksgiving. If you are looking for a foolproof, super quick, easily made ahead kind of dish, it's also great for Christmas. So keep it in mind. All right, friends. Well, it has been a long and busy day, but a really good day. And I have 2 casseroles ready to go. I have cinnamon rolls for the morning, and it looks like we are going to have a nice clean house and chilly weather and the perfect start to Thanksgiving. I hope that you have an amazing Thanksgiving too. Stay tuned next week because I have, actually probably by the end of this week, I have a really great haul video of some Christmas gifts that I've gotten. And some things that you can still get if you go and hurry. So I want to make sure that you guys have the simplest gift guide ever. Okay, well, I love you. I hope you have a great day, week, month, and you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and happy holidays. See you in the next one. Bye.